Hello, this is Shay Jackson with Hype Educational Specialist. Today, we will be going over a number sense concept for grades 3rd through 5th, and it is rounding. Let's get started. Our problem says, which number is equal to 650 rounded to the nearest hundred? Is it A, 600, B, 650, C, 660, D, 700? So first, let's look at what we're looking for. And we're looking for the number when 650 is rounded to the nearest hundreds place. To solve the problem, first we must identify the number in the hundreds place. 6 is the number in the hundreds place. Our first test strategy is, since we are rounding to the hundreds place, the tens and the ones place will be zeros once we round. We are going to cross out any number that does not have zeros in those place values. So looking at our answer choices, we know that because we're rounding to the hundreds place, whether it's going to be 6, it's going to stay 6, or it will round up to 7, any numbers after that in the tens and the ones place will be zeros. So we know that we can cross out B, 650, and C, 660, because the number in the tens place and also the ones place have to be a zero once we round to the hundreds place. So we've already eliminated 2 answer choices that we know are wrong. Okay, the second thing we're going to do is, whenever we're rounding, whatever place value we are rounding, in this example we are rounding the hundreds place. The place value, I was about to say number, the place value immediately to the right of it, we have to look at that number. So in our problem, we're going to look at the 5, because the tens place is immediately to the right of the hundreds place. Now, whenever we're rounding, if that number is 5 or more, we are going to round the number up. However, if the number that we're looking at, and again in this example we're looking at the number in the tens place, if that number is less than 5, we keep the number the same that we're rounding, and all of the numbers after that become zeros. So in our example, our place value is, the number in our place value is 5. So what do we do since it is a 5? If you said round up, you are absolutely correct. Because that number in the tens place is a 5, our 6 is going to turn to 7, and the numbers in the tens and the ones place will be zeros. So we can mark out answer choice A and circle answer choice D, 700. Because when we round to the hundreds place, the number 650, it will round to 700. Now let's look at our next problem. It says the total land area for the United States is 3,537,438 square miles. What is this value rounded to the nearest 1,000 square miles? So what are we looking for? We are looking for 3,537,438 rounded to the nearest thousands. What number is in the thousands place? It is the 7. So let's go ahead and highlight it. Whenever you are rounding, it's good practice to either highlight, circle, underline whatever number you are looking to round. Since we know that we are rounding to the thousands place, like the problem before, everything after that, every number after the thousands place, will turn into a 0. So we can mark out A and D because number 1, we must have a 7 in the thousands place before we begin rounding, and everything after that has to be zeros. But look at A. It doesn't have a 7 in the thousands place. It has a 0. We can cross that one out. Also, D doesn't have a 7 in the thousands place. So again, we can cross out A and D because it needs to either have a 7, or if we can round up, it will be an 8 in the thousands place. We've already eliminated 2 answer choices that we have to choose from, and that narrows down, which is good. It helps us narrow down what answer choices we have to choose. Because we are rounding to the thousands place, we're going to look immediately to the right at that place value that's next to it, and that is the hundreds place. Again, the hundreds place, and in the hundreds place we have a 4. We are going to see if that number is 5 or above, the 7 will round up to 8, or if that number in the hundreds place is below 5, the 7 will stay the same. So we have to ask ourselves, is 4 greater than 5? No, it is not. It is less than 5. Because it is less than 5, our 7 will stay the same, and the numbers in the hundreds, tens, and ones place will be zeros. We can cross out our answer choice C, and our answer for this problem is B. 3,537,438 rounded to the nearest thousands is B. 3,537,000. Let's look at another problem. The number of students at Queenston Middle School is 700 when rounded to the nearest hundred, and 650 when rounded to the nearest 10. Which of these numbers tells how many students there are at Queenston Middle School? Is it A, 648, B, 653, C, 665, or D, 684? Again, when we are solving word problems, we're going to look at what we're looking for, and also what information do we need in order to solve the problem. We are looking to see which number tells how many students are at Queenston Middle School. The information that we need in order to help us solve this problem are the following. A, the number of students is 700 when rounded to the nearest 100, and B, the number of students is 650 when rounded to the nearest 10. What we're going to do first is we're going to tackle A. The number of students is 700 when rounded to the nearest 100 place. So let's identify what number is in the hundreds place. For A, B, C, and D, we're going to underline our 6. Now, like we said before, the rule is if the number immediately to the right, which will be the tens place, if it is 5 or more, the 6 will round up to 7. However, if the number is less than 5, the 6 will stay the same. But in our information, we know that when we round to the nearest 100, our answer choice will round up to 700. Do you think there are any answer choices we can eliminate? If you said A, you're correct because the number in the tens place is 4, the answer when you round 648 will be 600, and it does not meet the requirement that we need for our problem. Next, we know that the number of students is 650 when rounded to the nearest 10. So let's mark the tens place. In B, it's 5. C, it's 6. D, it's 8. Are there any answer choices you think we can eliminate at this point? If you said C and D, you're correct because we know that the number of students when rounded to the nearest 10 is 650. But in C, the tens place has a 6, so we know that that isn't correct. And also for D, it's 8. We know that that isn't correct as well. The only answer choice we have left is B, 653. When we round 653 to the nearest hundreds place, yes, it will be 700. And when we round to the nearest tens place, our answer would be 650. So again, our answer choice is B, 653. Talk to you soon.